The 2-inch Cinewhoop I made needs 70% throttle to hover. Would going from 1.5 inch to 3.5 inch pitch props fix this? No. Like, I don't know for sure, man, but if you're hovering at 70%, I don't think you're going to, like, double the amount of thrust you get by going to a different pitch prop. That's not going to happen. You have fundamentally mis-spec'd some aspect of this build. What's up, bro?
I'm just gonna say the thing. There is a non-zero chance that you've put the props on upside down.
Yeah.
I just need to say that.
Yeah, no, I agree. If you put the props on upside down, they make like roughly half or maybe less the appropriate amount of thrust. It's a lot less.
Yeah.
So check that you haven't put your props on upside down. That's suspicious that you're that far off. Like, you would have had to radically get the kV of the motor wrong to be able to do this. Dirtman, thank you for a $10 super chat. I'm looking into a 75 millimeter, but I don't know what charger to get for it. Tattoo 450 7.6 volt high voltage 2S 1P with XT30. Not a problem. What's that charger? I have it right here. I have it literally right here. Literally. You want the V-Fly Tooth Store. It is a 4-channel 2S charger with XT30. Does it? Does it have XT30s? Shut up. Oh my God. Really? Does it not have XT30s? It doesn't. Holy shit. Oh, it doesn't need them because it charges off the balance connector. Yeah. Okay. Wow, I was like really concerned there for a minute. So, V-Fly Tooth Store. It's a 2S 4-channel charger. Boom, just plug into the balance connector and good to go. This is, if you got a bunch of 2S batteries, a great charger. That's the one to get. Hey, Joshua, is it okay to use a drone VTX set and flight controller to an FPV car? Absolutely. That can be really fun, actually.
One thing to think about is just heat.
Yeah, well, you might need a fan. So, like, I have a thing I built a little while back. Oh, this one is broken, but it's a little cradle that holds the VTX and the camera and has a little fan that I got on top of it, and so it helps keep the VTX cool. Some VTX, you should just buy, for analog, you should just buy a VTX that already has the fan built in. There's plenty of them. Thank you for a $5 super chat. Is it okay to use Radio Master Pocket on a drone with O3? Yeah, absolutely. You just need a Radio Master, you need an Express LRS receiver on the drone, but that's completely independent of what video system you're using. So you're good to go there. What goggles should I use with that drone? For the O3, I think most people these days would pick the Integra goggles. Sunshine, in a charger, the discharge program is for killing the battery, not for storing it. Use the storage program to store it. That's why they call it the storage program. Maybe I misunderstood your question. Oh, Sunshine is asking... No, I don't know what Sunshine's asking. Never mind. I thought I knew.
Sunshine was replying to another person, just seeing what they meant. But Chilla asked, is it okay to discharge a Lipo, like kill a Lipo with the Hoda, or is it dangerous to do that?
You can, but generally chargers, the discharge program doesn't take it down to 3.0 volts. Very few chargers will have like a kill program where it takes it down to 0 volts. Almost none of them do that. I've seen it, but I don't remember where, and it's very rare. So if you want to kill a battery, I think the best way to do it is to drop it in a bucket of salt water. I know that there's a lot of argument about this. I've tested this before. You dunk the battery in a bucket of salt water, and a few hours later, it's essentially dead. The counter argument is that it corrodes the wires to the point where current stops flowing and it doesn't fully discharge it. But I've done this with a battery before, and after a day in a bucket of salt water, I cut the terminals off and tested the bare wires, and it was just at 0 volts. It was dead. So I think that's an effective way of killing, batteries, and it's relatively safe compared to all the other ways. The only danger with the saltwater bucket method is that the process of discharging the battery generates small amounts of chlorine and hydrogen gas. Now, if you know about chemistry, you know that breathing chlorine gas is extremely bad for humans. It will make you very sick and have to go to the hospital with lung damage. And you know that hydrogen gas is flammable. So this would only matter if you were discharging the battery in an enclosed space. The amount of hydrogen and carbon gas or chlorine gas generated is large enough to be dangerous if concentrated and not allowed to disperse. So if you do the salt bucket method, do it outside on your porch. Do it somewhere outside your house, just anywhere where there's a little bit of airflow, and you'll be fine. If you were to do it in an enclosed space, you could create a safety issue. So don't do that. JC says, JB, I've outgrown many great digital quads I flew in 2022 2023, as well as various transmitters and DJI goggles. My wife would like me to sell some of these before I might. Can you recommend a used FPV marketplace with a good reputation? JC, any online marketplace has its pitfalls, so I will show you some online marketplaces. JC, the first thing I would have you do, though, buddy, is you're already my patron and you're already on the Discord server. On my Discord server, there is a buy, sell, trade forum right here. Buy, sell, trade. Nope, sorry. Marketplace US. That's where you want to be. So, JC, go to Marketplace US and create posts here on my Discord server. And at least the people you're selling to, obviously, I like to think that because they're my patrons, they're better than average people and they're not going to scam you or cheat you or something. I guess that's not a guarantee. But yeah, I the first thing I would have you do is try and sell them to other patrons and, spread that love around. Right? Yeah. Maybe you didn't know that was there, but now you do. Hell yeah. Thank you, Pulek, for 200 Czech Koruna. I built a 6-inch with 2306.5, 1880 kV. At full power on 6S, the OSD says 80 amps is used, which should be 20 amps per motor. And then I switched to a 50 amp ESC. Will it work fine? Here's the thing. Pulek, that 60 amp ESC is 60 amps per channel. But the OSD's 80 amps is the whole quadcopter. So that's only, as you say, 20 amps per motor. So if you're actually pulling 20 amps per motor, then either a 50 or 60 amp ESC is more than enough. But you should keep in mind that the ESC amp ratings are very sort of vague, and the difference between a 50 amp from one manufacturer and a 60 amp from another manufacturer is almost meaningless. You're probably okay though.